highly spiritual.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. If you are new, it's Mona Lisa coming to you guys with another banger. So today we're gonna talk about 10 feminine hygiene tips. We're gonna teach y'all how to wash that hoo-ha. Okay, so maybe you do know how to wash your coochie, right? Maybe some of my tips will help, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you're stuck on some things, like you don't know what type of soap to use and stuff like that, but your girl is here to help you. So let's get into tip number 1. So tip number 1 is obviously water. Don't forget to drink your water, sis, because if you don't drink your water, then your stuff gonna be stinking and you just gonna have a lot of complications. So it's always good to drink water. Water's good for growing your hair, water's good for your nails, your skin and everything. And also it's also good for your pH and your smell. So before you think about putting that water down, you better pick it up and drink it. Number 2 is your diet. What does the diet have to do with your cooch? Homegirl, it has a lot to do with your cooch, because what you put in your body, that's what you get out. It can come out through your pores, it can come out through your discharge, it can come out through your feces. So with that being said, you want to make sure inside of you is clean, because the vagina cleans itself, and like if you're putting bad stuff in there, you know, all toxins are gonna come out. It's gonna come out through your vagina, and that's when you have smelly discharge. So drink your water and eat. Not saying you should go 100% healthy, because I mean, not all of us know how to do that, but it would be appreciated. You know, she would appreciate you very much if you did. You know what I'm saying? At least try to eat somewhat clean, just to not disturb her down there, because you know, once she's mad, you're gonna be mad too, boo, because she gonna tell the world. Number 3, shaving, waxing, hair remover. All right, so I'm not a fan of shaving, neither am I a fan of waxing, but I do get rid of my hairs. I don't have a bottle to show you right now, but I have I'll probably put it somewhere on the screen. I have used this hair removal cream called Veet. Not talking about Nair, sis, because I remember one time I put Nair down there and I wanted to run from the Hollywood sign to New York, sis, because that shit burnt. But there's actually a thing called Veet that you just put it on there, leave it for like 10 minutes max, and then you just wash it off. It just comes right off. It don't burn, it don't itch, none of that. And it also, it's for sensitive skin, so it won't leave you having what you call that thing, razor bumps and stuff like that. So it's really good. So get you some Nairs, some Veet. Number 4, vajacial and razor bumps. All right, so we do know that when you shave, wax, hair removal cream, whatever, if you don't exfoliate the area, a lot of people don't know that you're supposed to exfoliate it. If you have a face scrub, you can use it on top, not inside, because nothing goes inside, sis, but you could use it on that area where the hair grows and stuff, just to like get rid of the dead skins and prevent the razor bumps from forming. So it's always good. Also, if you don't know what a vajacial is, I'll probably Google it and put it on the screen somewhere, but yeah, go do your own research. But a vajacial basically promotes, you know, healthy skin and stops razor bumps and stuff from forming there. Number 5, cleaning while on your period, changing pads. All right, so that's pretty much explanatory. You're supposed to clean yourself, like once you're on your period, you're supposed to shower like at least twice a day, because you know, all that blood and stuff, it's not a good smell. So like, you don't want nobody knowing that you're on your period, sis. So you want to change those pads every 3 hours, because you know, it depends on your flow, to be honest. Like if you're very light, then you won't have to go every 3 hours. You probably like can go every 4, but if you're a heavy, sis, at least an hour, every hour. Like change that shit. Don't nobody want to know that you're on your pad. And another thing, guys, I don't think people understand this, but whenever you're on your period, how you know that a female is on her period is either her pad is too full and it's leaking, or number two, there's air getting caught in your pad. So like, you know, the pad is basically, it goes in your underwear, so it closes that air off. So like if air touches it, of course the smell is gonna arise, and that's how you know that they're on their period. So it could be either one of two. It could be either she's leaking or her pad's leaking, or two, there's air touching your pad. Never let air touch your pad, okay sis? And if you're a person that wears tampons, I have to recommend you for that, because I cannot wear tampons. They're so uncomfortable and it hurts, so I don't wear tampons. But make sure that you're changing your tampons. So yeah. Oh, one more thing, carry wipes in your bags, like baby wipes, the unscented one of course, so that you can, when you're doing your, you know, pad, changing your pads and stuff, that you can wipe and put on a fresh pad, because you don't want to put a pad under, you know, over old stuff. So you might want to clean that out first and then put on a fresh pad, you know what I'm saying? And that just helps you smell better and not have a smell throughout the whole day. Number 6, keeping her fresh throughout the day. This kind of ties into the last one that I said, by carrying, you know, baby wipes or whatever. So after you pee, because if you don't know, when you pee and you don't wipe, that's gonna leave a smell and you're gonna smell fishy and stuff like that. Don't mean that you have something, it just means that you have not wiped when you pee. A lot of guys feel like if a girl's fishy, that means she got some. That's not true. I mean, it's possible, but it's not true. But if you realize, if there's pee left in the area, it's gonna have a smell. If somebody pees outside and it's there for like a few days, it's gonna smell after a while. So with you not wiping your coochie after you pee and stuff, then you're gonna have a smell throughout the day, and that's your fault. And another tip that I do is, sometimes I don't do this all the time because I forget sometimes, so I always have my wipes on me. But another important thing is carrying like a bottle of warm water to the bathroom with you, so after you pee, you can just open your legs and let it, you know, rinse all that pee off, then use your wipes, wipe yourself up, and boom, you're good to go, you're fresh. So if you have a date after work or whatever, and a day after work, out of school, and you know you're gonna get your little on, then that's a good way to keep you fresh. Number 7, do not douche. I always tell people, I hear people talk about douching all the time. I remember one time I was at work and I had my coworkers talking about how you douche after your period. No sis, no, you're not supposed to do that. Do not douche ever. Like, do not douche ever. Like, you're setting yourself up for failure. I remember one time, y'all, I tried it when I was in high school, like, cause you know, like after your period, day or two after your period, you're still gonna have like a little intimate scent, but it's gonna go away. But I don't know, I was just eager for it to go away. I thought something was wrong, so you know, I went and got me a douche. Tried it, like 5 days later, I had a yeast infection. So it's like, no, you're just setting yourself up for failure in the long run. I mean, a lot of people use it and it doesn't have an effect on them, but eventually it will. So don't even try to put yourself in that position where you have to pay the doctor to fix you when you could have avoided it in the first place. So do not douche. Number 9 is tight clothing. All right, so if you wear pants to work every day, or you wear pants to school, whether it's like jeans pants, I'm not so worried about the slacks, because you know you still have air. But with jeans, and you wearing jeans every day, and also the kind of underwear, which is, they say wear 100% cotton. That's the only type of underwear you're supposed to be wearing, 100% cotton. Now the silk underwear, leave it over there sis. You can wear it once in a blue moon, but don't wear it every day, because it traps heat, and when you have heat down there, it's gonna cause moisture, and that can cause, like, you know, infections and bacteria to grow. Your vagina has 2 bacteria, it has good and bad, and you don't want to get rid of the good bacteria, but you can do that by douching. So that's why I said do not douche. And the bad bacteria, that's the one that's supposed to go, but the good bacteria is not supposed to go nowhere. So don't wear tight pants, because you know you're trapping heat and moisture, same thing as the silk underwear. So 100% cotton underwear. Also thongs are not really good for everyday wear. You can use it for your mans or whatever, but for everyday it's not good, because it can rub against your area down here, the little sensitive area, and it can cause like all types of stuff. So we don't even want to get with that to begin with. So with that being said, stay away from those. dealing with the smell. So if you have a smell down there, I would definitely recommend like try and take a shower in warm water. You can literally honestly use warm water to wash your alone, because you're really not supposed to use soap on there, but you can really use warm water and whatever smell you have should go away if it's not serious. But if it's serious, then I would definitely recommend you go talk to your gynecologist. So number 10 is, how should you wash and clean your vagina? All right, so I know they have Summer's Eve, Vagisil, and all these Queen V and all type of stuff. I don't use those. I don't recommend using those. A lot of doctors also don't recommend you using those, because eventually after a while it's basically gonna dry you out and take away all the good bacteria. I'm not a doctor, but I'm just telling you guys what my gynecologist told me. So it's not good. Do not use. No douching, no feminine washes. But there's other soaps that you can use, such as, like, if I'm in another position because my camera cut off. For some reason my camera has a certain amount of time that I can record and stuff like that, so I had to figure it out. But Dr. Bonner's soap is good. It's a natural soap. I use the unscented ones. Like I said, I don't have the physical thing with me right now because I forgot to grab them, but I'll have them. I'll try to have a picture on the screen somewhere so you guys can see them. But yeah, I use the unscented. I think it's the baby scent. It doesn't have a scent at all. Excuse me. I've tried the mint one. It feels good. It's a nice feeling afterwards, but I just feel like anything that doesn't have scent is what you should be using down there. So that's why I go as far as just using the unscented one. So I use that. You can use Dove soap. I know some people say Dial. I don't know. I never really used Dial. So I've only used like the Dove Sensitive Bar soap, or I'll use the Dr. Bonner's unscented. Before and after you do the ungodly. So for the before, you want to make sure that you're clean. You know what I'm saying? You don't want him to smell sister. You don't want him to smell her, so make sure that she's clean and stuff like that, and make sure that she used a condom every time, especially if it's not like, you know, your boyfriend or whatever. If it's your boyfriend or whatever, then that's fine, by all means do you, but like that can disrupt your pH as well, because you know, semen, Google it, semen can really throw your pH balance off, so it's really not good to without covering up. After, so we already know that after, you might not feel like you want to pee, and sometimes you want to pee but you're lazy to get up. Get your ass up and go to the bathroom and pee. It's always good to pee after, you know, because it'll flush out whatever bacteria is there, and if he has bacteria that's left in there, then they'll have a good chance of flushing that out. So make sure that you pee after you do it. 12, which is the last, I know I said 10 tips, but for some reason I have 12 on here, but it's cool, you know, the more information for you the better. The last one is know the difference between UTIs, STDs, yeast infections, BV, and viruses. So that's 5 things that I just named. Well, when it comes on to UTIs, it can be very uncomfortable. I've had a UTI before. It's the worst. But like I said, you want to know the difference, which means I am telling you, go to the doctor if you have any problems. And even if you don't have any problems, you should be going to the doctor anyways to get checked. I think it's every 6 months. Make sure you're doing a pap smear every year. It's recommended that women that's 21 years old and over should do a pap smear every year. Basically, that checks for cervical cancer and stuff like that. Now for STD testing, whenever you go, make sure that you ask them to test you for everything, because they're gonna only test you for like the basic ones. They're not gonna actually test you for the viruses. And when I talk about viruses, I'm talking about HIV, syphilis, herpes, you know, the ones that are not curable. They're not gonna they're not gonna test you for those unless you have issues and you know the symptoms is like similar to one of those. Then they're gonna check you for it and probably give you like some type of medication to help with the pain or whatever, but they say that it's not curable. So for those ones, you got to make sure that you know your difference. Now a BV and a yeast infection is kind of similar because they both itch and they both have a smell. So yeah, make sure you're getting tested, and if you have a problem, don't wait till it's too late to go try and get it fixed right away. So yeah, if any of these tips helped you, then let me know. If you want to see me do an actual video showing you the products that I use and stuff like that, or get like a model vagina and show you how to clean it and stuff like that, let me know, because I will definitely do that for y'all. So yeah, I don't know if I said it in the beginning, but if you haven't liked, comment, and subscribe, go ahead and do that. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.